The three most dangerous white powders in human history are probably sugar, salt, and cocaine hydrochloride, the bitter white crystal that European chemists finally managed to extract, on an industrial level in the 1860s, from the leaf of the South American shrub, Erythroxylum Coca. It's useful to group these man-made products together because all have been harnessed for centuries for their remarkable properties and staggering economic value. Lamentably, all have driven the enslavement of vanquished peoples, toiling in salt and silver mines, sugar plantations, or coca fields. And for years, the customers for the first two products at least, lured into lifelong habits of consumption by clever admin, concealment in cheap and tasty foodstuffs, or celebrity endorsement, have poured into our GP surgeries and hospitals, with their raised blood pressure, blocked arteries, and galloping diabesity. In truth, the best way to educate people about the reality of cocaine use may well be to get them to read the obituaries of some of their favorite celebrities. Effects of cocaine. Delight, unbounded. After the initial anxiety that first-time users experience when they snort cocaine powder up their nostril, there often follows, within just 5 minutes or so, a sense of being hugely energized, a surge in self-esteem and confidence, and a gradual onset of extreme pleasure or euphoria. Restlessness may be obvious to those at the same dinner party or nightclub table. The effect of one snorted line may last for up to 30 minutes. Distress. Seriously, the first unpleasant sensation that cocaine users experience is often a growing sense of paranoia. Why is that guy over there staring at me? Often amplified by the rapid heart rate they feel through their chest wall. Paranoia can turn to panic, especially if the user develops symptoms that suggest one of the many conditions that cocaine can cause, like chest pain, breathlessness, sweating, headache, and a weird feeling that their skin is crawling with insects. And they will often have good reason to be distressed, because cocaine is a major cause of unexpected blood pressure crises, heart attacks, lung collapse, convulsions, and stroke, even in the novice. Dependence, galloping. Cocaine is notoriously addictive, especially the much less common freebase smoked form, crack, so up to 20% of repeat users are said to develop a physical and mental dependence on the drug and a compulsive pattern of use. In short, dependence or addiction means that horrible withdrawal symptoms occur when the individual stops using the drug. These range from mood swings and irritability, intense cravings for the drug, nightmares and feelings of absolute exhaustion, the crash, to vomiting, convulsions and irresistible thoughts of suicide. Damage, everywhere. Repeated use of cocaine causes damage to small blood vessels, which in turn asphyxiates the body's tissues, including the nose cartilage, the heart muscle and coronary vessels, the lungs, the brain blood vessels, and other organs like the liver and kidneys. Injecting or smoking accelerates all such damage and also involves abscesses and communicable diseases. The collapsed nose seen on some celebrities is the most grotesque, but it is the unseen damage to organs that poses the greatest risk in the long term. Delirium, frightening. One of the most frightening complications of cocaine use is the way in which the chatty, witty, and bubbly user can morph over a few minutes into a raving lunatic, sweating, shouting incoherently, and confusedly brushing aside all efforts to quieten or restrain them by their companions, security staff and paramedics. Cocaine agitation delirium is the name of this condition, which can unpredictably affect any user after taking a tiny or a large amount of the drug. It is a dreaded presentation in any ambulance or emergency department, because of the shocking strength of the adult victim, the fact that it often occurs abruptly, at a party or in a police cell. It's very difficult to treat, and about 10% of victims will die. Death shocking. There were over 130 deaths from cocaine in Ireland in 2020, a worrying threefold increase in 3 years. It's also possible that that number could be a slight underestimate, as toxicology is not always undertaken post-mortem. Often, too, the insidious damage to a heart, brain, or blood vessel means that the sudden unexpected death of a cocaine user doesn't require them to have taken any of the drug to trigger the sudden fatal hemorrhage, convulsion, or cardiac arrest, although in most cases adding alcohol or nicotine to the cocaine will have greatly increased the risk of sudden death.